Hello, everyone. Welcome to the July 27th, 2020 edition of Rant-Om Thoughts. It's been a long minute. There were a lot of things I wanted to do with the channel that I unfortunately didn't get around to doing because life comes at you fast. Seems like it's an annual occurrence. I don't know how or why this happens, but somebody, and this happened before in fall of 2018, fall of 2019, when I really did not need to be going through something like that, and this happened right now, July of 2020. Somebody got into my finances, got a hold of my credit card info, and ran me into the red. You know, got a big paycheck on a Thursday, around $700 plus some money I had some saved up, and Monday, went to buy me an Arizona and a bottled water to take to work. Card got declined, and I was like, hey, wait a minute. I did not blow through that much money over a weekend. Something's not kosher here. Called the bank, found the anomalous spending. Somebody with my credit card info bought like $200 worth of stuff from an auto store, paid for 2 nights at a motel room in Oakdale, ordered food through an app I don't even have on any of my devices, so we had to go and nip that in the bud. And I had to put everything on the back burner until that issue was resolved. Well, problem solved now. But let's cover something positive for a change. The Libertarian National Convention, which I followed very closely on YouTube and on my 2 social media platforms. I'm on Twitter now, and I also gave Parler a try. Sidebar. Gave Parler a try, but it's kind of boring. So I'll just stick with those 2 platforms for a while. Just Facebook and Twitter. But getting back to the convention, did we get the big win we were hoping for? No, but our guy Joshua Smith will. He still has his at-large seat, and he's going to continue doing the excellent work that he's doing there. We got a couple, the Mises Caucus. We got a couple of our favorites serving in at-large positions. Most of our preferred slate is now on the LP's Judiciary Committee, which is fantastic. The Mises Caucus comprised around a third of the delegation, so I'm very optimistic for the future of the party and ultimately the future of the country. I mean, I am seeing a tiny pinhole of light at the end of the tunnel, but it is there is light there. We're making progress, and I'm very happy with that. And Joe Jorgensen and Spike Cohen, the presidential and vice presidential candidate, were there. They both made excellent speeches. Tweetgate, I don't think I'll address that right now, simply because the controversy in my mind came and went. But if you want to ask me about that, go ahead, do so in the comments if you want my take on it. Suffice to say, it was a misstep, not a misdeed. It's not worth rage quitting over, and the only people who are still making a big stink out of it are either anarchists who weren't planning on voting in November anyway, and so they just make a career out of crapping all over the LP and blackpilling young libertarians to join them in their little anarchist club or whatever. Or they're just people who are looking for an excuse to be, quote, libertarians, end quote, for Trump. But, like I said, I'm optimistic. I think Joe Jorgensen's the best candidate the Libertarian Party has had in a while. I'm glad I got on board when I did. She's a much better candidate than Gary Johnson was. She knows where Aleppo is, and she quotes Rothbard. So that's good stuff. 4th of July, the Gavin Newsom tried to steal the 4th from us. He tried and he failed spectacularly. The noise of fireworks filled the air. The sky was as bright as day, and on the ground, everyone was having a fantastic time. Gavin Newsom was probably somewhere crying into his soy milk. Well, he thinks he's getting his revenge by shutting down the churches again, shutting down the bars again, and shutting everything else down again. But like I said previously, this is bad optics for him and his party, and they're going to pay for it, and they're going to pay big. Wrecking the local economy, stomping on our civil liberties, assuming dictatorial control over California, and for what? A hyped up flu. The other day I had my first encounter with a mask hole, a mask Karen, a masturbator. I was in the parking lot going to a smoke shop to get a lighter and a couple of cigars. Guy actually walks out of his way, gets in my face, almost face diaper to nose, and says, "Shouldn't you be wearing a mask?" And I just looked right at him and said, blow it out your ass. Mind your goddamn business. I walked around him and across the parking lot to where I was going to go. And he just stood there like nobody ever talked to him like that before. It's one of the benefits of working in security for as long as I've had. I'm finding it a lot easier to stand up to people. It's beautiful. It's almost like I'm the teenage version of myself, but I have a better handle on the anger management, and I can measure responses to affronts and insults. There have been a few mountain lion sightings around the Dry Creek area near in the Loma neighborhood near where I live, and sooner or later they'll catch it. As long as there's a food source there, and there's plenty of stuff around the Dry Creek Trail for a mountain lion to eat. Raccoons, squirrels, feral cats, feral dogs, people. And of course, that's who I really worry about is people. You see, ever since the state decided to let environmentalists and animal rights zealots dictate policies surrounding land use, hunting, and so on, the population of mountain lions has gotten out of control. So what we're seeing now is more mountain lion attacks on humans. It's getting progressively worse. We're seeing mountain lions start to migrate into parts of California where historically they've never even been indigenous before. And the solution, the obvious solution, the real solution, instead of just tranking them and putting them in some preserve somewhere, is to lift the ban on hunting mountain lions. That's how you get that population under control. I've decided to put off filming the first episode of Mondo Modesto for a couple of weeks. I want to wait till the weather's a little more pleasant. So you can see I'm sweating like a horse here. But it's going to be worth the wait. The location that I scouted, it's still accessible to the public. I don't see that changing anytime soon. But so sooner or later, I'll film that location. I think I might need some extra equipment. Probably an external charger, external battery, or whatever for the camera phone. because it is a pretty large site, and there's going to be a lot of walking around to do. But I'm looking very forward to doing it. It's been something that I'd been wanting to do for a long time, and I really hope that whoever gets to see it will enjoy it. And like I said, if anybody has any suggestions for locations in or around Modesto, please leave them in the comments. I'd like to see it. Well, that's it for now. Um, the there is the Garrett Foster shooting. But I'm gonna wait till the next episode to address it. But if you want to know what my opinion on it so far is, you can ask me in the comments. It's a very controversial issue. Lots of emotional back and forth. It's become a very, very hot, contentious issue between libertarians, between those who think outreach to the BLM movement is a good idea, and those of us, myself included, who think it's just pure folly and a waste of breath and time and productive energy. But I'll be getting deeper into that in the next episode. Yeah. And my mind on that could very well change, because there are conflicting versions of the story. I don't think all of the facts are out yet, but there is enough for me to form an opinion, and I'll be getting into that in the next episode. Or you can just ask me. All right. This is Charles Bird signing off. Think while it's still legal. And I will see you next time.